Hi everybody, you're locked into DJKat right here on the Big Bad Station, outradio.com, and I'm here with the legendary Sandra Cross.
Hey,
How are you doing, sister?
I'm not too bad. How you doing?
I'm doing good. So, for those who have never heard of you before, who are locked in right now, how would you describe Sandra Cross to the people then?
I would describe Sandra Cross as a versatile artist. I've been around quite a while,
Okay.
and the length of time that I've been around, it's just been an experience, different genres of music, different types of methods of producing music, writing music, you know, associating myself with the public.
Okay.
So it's been a long journey, and I've reached to this point now where you know everything's coming out now.
Yeah, you're ready.
Yeah, ready.
Okay. So let's take it back a little bit. How did your music journey begin? How did you know, okay, I'm going to take this to the next step now?
Well, my music journey, if you're talking about way back, I mean, when my first experience of notes and piano playing and hearing music was really in the church.
Wow.
So sitting in the church and actually digesting the music, unaware that, you know, that was going to be my, you know, my main road or main aim in life. I mean, I just took it for granted. I grew up in a musical family.
Okay.
My father and my mother, they were choir directors.
Okay.
So I had to be in the choir. And wasn't obviously taking it serious then. But then growing up now, as I learned to play the piano and start to get familiarized with music outside the church, that was when I sprung directly into the sound system.
Okay.
The sound system and field, you know. At that time, still didn't know what I wanted to do. Still didn't know what I was doing, but that is what actually, sort of like, you know, attracted me to music outside of the church. You know?
Wow. So that song we just played, Sound System Girl, that suits you, yeah?
Yeah, that's actually telling the story of how I actually begun in the music industry. Because a lot of people think that I started with Lovers Rock.
Okay.
And I must admit, through the years, through the years of my career, I must admit, sadly, I didn't sort of mention it too much.
Okay.
But as I get older now, I'm realizing that, hold on a minute, you know, my foundation really wasn't Lovers. I started from way back from a sound system. You know, in a sound system van. You know, basically.
Wow. So how did you come up with the video or the track for that particular piece that you released?
Well, I mean, I'm working with Vibronics at the moment from Leicester.
Okay.
And the Vibronics and my manager, we just, you know, spoke about the theme and decided how we were going to, sort of create it around the track.
Yeah.
You know, so everything in the video is actually is connected to the lyrics of the song, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. And I felt that was important to express the lyrics in the song visually, basically. Yeah.
Well, I definitely got that. Yeah, as you can tell. Okay. So we're gonna go into the Lovers Rock and what that means to you. So I understand you did a song called I Adore You. Tell us something about that song.
Yeah, I Adore You. That was like early school days now. Okay. During my time of the rebel era, I would call it.
Yeah.
The rebel era, Sandra Cross a rebel, you know. I don't want to go to school. I ain't gonna let young people know that though. But you know, for me, it was that era where I don't want to, you know, this is what I wanted to do. I mean, I Adore You, I wrote that at school. I wrote that in a music room when I was supposed to be in a lesson.
Okay.
You know, basically that was all my focus was just music. Yeah. Writing music. Whether it was roots, lovers, my focus at that time was music. Yeah. You know. So yeah, I Adore You, I wrote that at school. Okay. And I said, you know, I want to perform this song somewhere. So at the time, there was a talent contest going on in London. Okay. And I can't remember how I applied. I think it was through the Voice newspaper.
Oh, okay.
I just applied and I got into the competition, myself and another young lady. And we called ourselves Love and Unity. Okay. And we just performed the song and we just won the competition. And I thought, wow, that's great, you know. Yeah. So things just started, you know, sort of, you know, evolving from there, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the lovers rock, what does it mean to you? That particular genre, that era. How did that all come about for you?
Well, lovers rock. I used to sit down and listen to quite a few artists. You know, lovers rock coming up back at that time.
Yeah.
Louisa Marks, Janet Kay, Carol Thompson. I used to listen to them. Brown Sugar, and basically the sound system thing was still around. Yeah. But it's sort of like, because I move quite fast. I've been told that in life I move quite quickly.
Okay.
So basically, being in the sound system, I could have leaped quickly onto the next genre for me, which was lovers rock. Okay. Basically, and lovers rock at the time was big. Yeah. You know, so and I obviously fitted in comfortably. Okay. I could write, I could sing, basically. So lovers rock for me, what it meant for me back in that time was just great music. I didn't really connect it with American music or Jamaican music. I just connected it to the London-based thing. You know what I mean? It's just now that I'm hearing that lovers rock was a vibe, was maybe taken from a vibe, from American vibe or Jamaican vibe. But for me, it was strictly UK.
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
Strictly UK vibes, yeah.
What I find quite interesting is that it seems to be predominantly female artists within lovers rock. Not always, but it seems to be. What is your take on female artists, and do they get the same sort of respect as, say, the male artists from your perspective?
How can I curve this? It's a man's world.
Oh yeah.
You know, so yeah, sometimes we get a kind of, you know, we get a hard kick sometimes. But I think we know how to handle it. We know how to approach it. Okay. You know, basically, lovers rock music is about love. Yeah. You know, I was told that men don't really know how to love. Okay. And when they do, they go a bit balmy. Okay. Women, when they love, they can take it and handle it, because I believe personally we're stronger to handle that kind of emotion. Yeah. So that's why I think with all the surge of the female singers back at that time came in to sing lovers. It's a sweet rock. The guys were hard and stood up against the wall and said, yeah, I'm hard. And the ladies were sweet and comfortable and just enjoyed the emotion. So that's where a lot of the female artists I believe came from. Okay. I mean, the guys too, you know, eventually they got into it, but I believe that the females came in because they were more emotionally equipped to handle the emotion. That's what I think.
Definitely. So the songs we're playing today are a lot of your new tracks coming up. Either they've just recently come out or they're coming out. And what is your kind of process doing these particular songs that you've been doing recently? What kind of mindset have you been in?
Well, I just feel that it's time to reveal who I really am. Okay. That is the reason for the sound system movement as far as Sandra Cross is concerned. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that I come from the roots background. You know, I was in a roots band called the Wild Bunch, and we toured Europe for almost 10 years of touring, and nobody knows that. They just know me as Sandra Cross. So I just believe that the roots part of my career is a big part. Yeah. It's a massive part, and I just believe that it's now time to introduce that to my fans and let them know that versatile. Yeah, I'm lovers rock, Sandra Cross, but I was born basically in the roots. You know, in the roots part of the music, really. Okay. You know, that's the reason for bringing this project onto the scene. You know.
Definitely, I think it's a good time to play one of your tracks right now. Okay. Okay, here we go. So everybody who is just locking in just now, okay, we have the great Sandra Cross here. So tell us a little something about that song right there.
Jalove.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jalove was just an inspiration of my gratitude to the high. You know, that's always been a backbone in my life, in my career. Okay. Never to forget to give thanks. You know, for what I have, who I was, who I am, and who I will be. Yeah. Great thanks. You know, big up to the Most High. It's an inspiration of gratitude, really. Okay. Yeah.
Definitely was feeling that through that song. As you can tell, we're all rocking away. So, the beat, the rhythm. How did you come up with that rhythm to use for that song?
Well, the rhythm was sent by Vibronics.
Okay.
And it was, you know what, the best time to send tracks to me is when I'm down.
Okay.
Is when everything just seems dark.
Okay.
And Vibronics sent me that track when I just needed some sort of...
Pick me up.
Pick me up.
Yeah.
And we decided we were going to do this project, but we didn't have a direct... what do you call it? We didn't have a structure for it as yet. I just got the tracks first. So I think that the guys were probably thinking, well, I've given her a few tracks. Maybe they'll be ready in 6 months' time or a year.
Okay.
So when I gave it to them like 2 days later, they were like, what? What's going on here? You know, that's all down to like something that was meant to be. You know, when you know that something was meant to be. When I got those tracks from Vibronics, every single one of them was, that one. It was like eating food when you're hungry. Wow. Basically.
Okay.
So yeah. Wow. Wicked.
So you spoke a little bit earlier about touring and the group that you was with touring. Tell us a little bit about that.
The Wild Bunch.
That's it, yeah.
There were 3 of us, 3 girls.
Okay.
And we were all, our names were Sandra. Sandra 1, Sandra 2, Sandra 3.
Okay.
So when we used to go on stage, you know, we were the Wild Bunch, we used to say, we're also the 3 Sandras, you know. I was young, still at school in those days, well, just leaving school. And I brought the sound system vibe to the studio. Okay. So basically, that's when I actually started to record. So that's how Wild Bunch came about, because it was just a recording of my experience from the sound system environment. And at the time, even though I was listening to Lovers, but I was so much more into the Roots. Okay. And it's kind of hard to put the two together, me as a person and the Roots, but maybe because it's got a spiritual element to it. Yeah. And I'm a very spiritual person. Yeah. So I think that's where the link comes from. I think that's where the connection comes from. So Wild Bunch was actually created on that spiritual roots vibe. Okay. Not a lot of people know that. Okay. Because we were just so busy overseas, like abroad. We weren't really performing in the UK. Okay. So, yeah. So that experience that you had, what is it like performing out of the UK? Well, oh my gosh. There's a different kettle of fish to London. So you're talking about at that time, yeah? Yeah, we were young, so we were just on the road, roughing it when we had to, enjoying it when we could, appreciating it when we could. Okay. Touring was just fun. It was a lesson. We learned so much lessons. Yeah. Working together with people, living with people every day on a tour bus. You know, inspiration for writing songs. Okay. It was a great experience. And as I said, remember I said to you that I moved quite quickly. Yeah. I believe that if I'd stayed in one place at that particular time, I probably would have been in a different place today. Definitely. But because I'm so hard-eared and so always on the move, shifted, because at the point when Wild Bunch was actually almost reaching there, Country Living came along. Okay. So basically it was like, country, and it switched, everything just changed. Yeah. And then I was on the back of Country Living. So it was just like a continuous, you know. Happens for a reason though, I'm sure. I'm sure it does. Yes. Sure it does. Okay, so how about now? Have you gone out to different places and seen the different vibes, and if it's the same back then to now? Yeah, well, everything changes. It does. Everything's changed. So if it's the same as it, definitely not. Okay. Everything changes, whether it's for the good, the better, or for the worse. It's changed. So, but the sound system vibe is still there. Big up to Lloyd Coxon. Yeah. Still big up to Lloyd Coxon. The sound system vibe is still there. It's still holding its ground. Okay. Even though there may be changes around it. Yeah. But the core still holds its ground, as Coxon explained. You know, the truth is the truth. Yeah. Being real is the reality of real. So, you know, it's just, yeah. Do you think sound system will continue to grow and keep on continuing that growth? Or do you think it will cut down? You know? No, I believe so. I believe that sound system is moving in. Sound system era, the sound system genre is excelling into a different element or different level, even internationally, because of late I've been watching videos that I didn't even know existed concerning sound system. I just couldn't believe the exposure and just how big it really is outside of the UK. So yeah, I believe it will excel, you know, as the world changes.
Yeah.
It wouldn't necessarily change drastically, but it will still be there. Definitely.
Okay. I want to play another one of your songs.
Okay.
This song is going to be released in December, I think, if I'm correct. So this song, here we go.
Something that follows a change. You know, a reaction to a change, basically. So once one thing changes, then everything just goes lopsided.
Yeah. And
that is that is it for everything in life, every element in life. Once it goes, everything's lopsided. So as far as community is concerned, I mean, I really don't know what's happening today. I can't even. I just.
Sad.
It's just, you know, I can't even fathom it. It's just like, is this for real?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sad.
Yeah.
You know, it's really sad.
It is. And what would you say, I suppose, you talking to the younger ones out there, what could they do to make it so it's a better place, in your opinion? If they can.
What? That's I like that bit. If they can.
If they can.
If they can. What can they do? Wow, it's a tough question.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at my grandkids. Yeah, I do have 2.
That's okay.
I look at them as a learning experience, because when I look at them and see what they're doing, then we go back to the question, what can they do? Yeah. It's almost like I shrug my shoulder and put my hand up. Back in the day, I would have had some sort of you know, advice. Yeah. Nowadays, it's just like you're running out of advice. What do you do? You know, music is a unity thing. It's something that brings people together. Yeah. Even though it does other things, but basically the core of music is love and unity. Yeah. So I would advise, you know, people got their talents. Everyone's got their own, you know, character, own talent. You know, you identify your talent and use it. Okay. You know what I mean? That's what I would advise any young person. Yeah. Identify your talent, because everyone's got a talent. So definitely. Identify it and bring it to good use. Okay. Whether it be music, whatever it is. Okay.
You know what? Speaking of your talent, I'm gonna play another one of your tracks.
Okay.
Yes. Here we go.
You know, that tune has been in my bones from the day that I heard that in a blues dance. Can't go wrong with this. This was the anthem of the 70s, you know, still remains the anthem. You hear this tune in the dance, everybody gets up and skanks, whether you can or not. And my vibe was one of my favourite sound system anthems. Yes. So this had to be done, basically,
I play that track at the end of my show every week.
Really? This one here?
No, not that. The hard times.
The hard times. Yeah. Bad.
Every week that is playing.
Yeah. So this is me, Sandra, on my vibe on the hard times.
Yeah, but you know, you're killing those tracks, you know.
Oh, thank you.
Whoa! So, what's coming up next for you? Is it gonna be a root stance? Is it what's coming up next for you?
Well, I know the next event is going to be this event here on the 26th of October. Yeah, you know what? It's a pleasure and it's an honour to actually be working alongside Lloyd Coxon.
I know.
I mean, I just saw him, you know, in real life, and my knees kind of went weak, you know, thinking, oh my God, I'm in the presence of a king. Don't mess with Lloyd Coxon, you know. Yeah. Oh. So it's an honour to be on this event with them at the Coventry Caribbean Centre on the 26th of October. It's going to be bad. I'm just so looking forward to it. That's part of it. And then it goes on. The project moves on and gets bigger. We're moving to different territories. Okay. You know, different countries. You know, next year, going out this year towards the next year, we get rid of the rest of this year. But you see, next year, you know,
you're coming for it.
You know, you water the flower and then eventually it blooms. You water it with the right kind of water. It will bloom to a beautiful flower. So this project here is being watered. You know, and I appreciate with the help and support of Lloyd Coxon, and you know, actually sort of like, you know, actually like it's like a first step onto the arena, the sound system arena, as you know, in today's form, and it's it's just an honour.
Sometimes you need that, and you spoke of Coxon being a king and an honour. It's true, because I was feeling nervous talking to you. Oh, whoa! But at the same time, I've got to give credit and respect to yourself. I think with being a woman, you've inspired me again today. Definitely feel the vibes of a woman. And those tunes, they're bud.
Thank you.
I'm going to be busting them tunes, no matter what anybody's saying. My crew's probably listening, the Ari Posse, they love that kind of vibe as well, so definitely.
Wicked.
So, we spoke about that, but what is it that you would like people to remember you by for this interview?
Remember, people know me, Sandra Cross, Rock Queen. I'm not, and I appreciate the title, basically, but I would like to be remembered as a versatile reggae female singer. Yeah. I don't want to, I appreciate the works that I did with Ariwa back in the day. I appreciate the works that I did with Stingray Records from London. Yeah. We're in a good vibe, But basically, remember me as this, I am the messenger, the female messenger for the UK when it comes to putting reggae music on a platform. Basically, most of us has kind of backed out, retired in a way, semi-retirement, but you see me, I've got so much energy left. So it's this interview, remember me as Sandra Cross, the UK female messenger for roots reggae music.
Bop! Yeah. You know what, man? I think it's going to be Sandra Cross the fireman. But I would like to ask you, and of course you can say not today, would you do a little verse or something for the people out there?
Of course.
Okay.
What you mean on a when you say a verse, you mean on a track or?
What's up to you? Can do it on a little dub thing, or we can play a tune first, do a little acoustic vibe. It's up to you.
Yeah. We can do an acoustic vibe.
Okay then, cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna play the track another track that's coming out New Year, and then we can come with the acoustic vibe, which I'm excited, man. Here we go.